Growing up in Canton could definitely be boring sometimes. There wasn't much to do as a kid. There were a lot of insurance agencies downtown and abandoned buildings, and that was about it. It almost seemed like a ghost town at some points. Just not a lot going on, a very quiet and quaint little town. There was always one time of year, though, that would bring everybody together, and that was when Riverfest would roll around. This festival would bring the community out to support local artists and vendors, and the money raised always goes to the children in need in Cherokee County. So not only was it a fun outing for everyone, but a good cause as well. I have so many fond memories of growing up going to the festival. Rain or shine, it always happened. There was never a time that it wasn't around. This year was going to be the 40th annual Riverfest, and everybody was so ready and gearing up for another great festival. And then it all came crashing down.
We were, very closely looking at all of the weather this year, the tropical storm that started to form, which then turned obviously into a hurricane. And Melissa and I, we were calling, texting, meeting, and trying to just kind of gauge what we thought was going to be the best pivot. We had even tried to move the festival, moving the hours. We're going to move the setup time to a little bit later, or we're gonna have a setup time that Saturday morning, or can we even just do a one-day festival? So we looked at it from almost every angle that we possibly could. We even met with our emergency management agencies, top public safety officials in person at the EOC, and just took the most up-to-date, most reliable information that we could find. And with that information, we knew there was no way that we were going to be able to pull off our festival given those circumstances. They were predicting at one point 6 to 8 inches of rain, but then it ended up being, I think, 16 inches of rain. And just Etowah River Park being in a floodplain on the Etowah River, we knew that the trajectory of the hurricane, if it was going to, go the pathway that they were predicting, that there was just no way that the park was even going to be usable. And one of the reasons we kind of decided when we did, though, is we knew that we needed to make that decision to allow enough time to cancel everything, to call off all of our vendors, to call off all the outside vendors, and just make it be the best decision as far as safety for everyone that was involved. It was very difficult to do, and I'm very thankful for Melissa during this. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have been able to really gather all of that information and help kind of make that decision in the best way possible. And our committee and our league as a whole came together like never before. To make it happen, because we undid in 48 hours what we spent an entire year planning to do.
Obviously, Riverfest being canceled for the first time in 40 years was a huge shock to the community. It felt like a bad dream for the ladies of the Service League and the vendors who were ready to put the festival on. But this is the beauty of small communities. When people are in need, they come together. The weekend that Riverfest was supposed to take place, businesses in downtown Canton opened up their storefronts to allow for the vendors to still sell the items that they had made for the festival. This was such an amazing thing to witness, seeing our community come together and really rally around the Service League and the vendors who were all crushed that Riverfest had to be canceled.
I'm Blake, this is Allie. Our business is ABC Designs and Woodwork. This would have been our 4th year at Riverfest. We were upset, not only for our stuff, but more so just for the Service League. We know this is their biggest fundraiser and everything they do for the kids in the county. We just hated to hear that it wasn't going to work out. We completely understand with the weather and everything, so we were just really excited that everybody was able to band together, everybody in Cherokee County through Facebook, online, even places like this allowing us to come in and set up. It was really great, and I hope that it works out well for them.
Thank you for everything you guys are doing. It's my first year, so it was a little heartbreaking, but you guys are awesome. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited the community has rallied around everyone, and
Yes.
I think we talked about the vendors, but also you guys, because I know this is your huge event, and it's a big deal for you guys, so.
Actually, you guys make it our event.
It really warmed my heart walking around and seeing all of the vendors who were still able to sell their products and have a good weekend, even though there was the looming cloud of sadness and upset because of the cancellation of Riverfest. It still turned out to be a pretty good weekend, and that just shone so brightly through all of the vendors and the store owners in downtown and the service league members who were still all over downtown, you know, helping the vendors and, you know, cleaning up what was going to be the festival. I mean, it really showed that everybody came together to make something, you know, kind of upsetting and sad and turn it into a positive. And it was honestly amazing.